Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. We are back in the Windy City. This time it's summertime. There's no better place to be than Chicago. We thank you for having us back. For those that are in attendance, for those joining us on the live stream, we welcome you to the lobby here at Wintrust Arena, the site for tomorrow night's Bellator 297. Just 7 months ago, back in November, we were here. Show was so great. Fans were so great. We came right back again, summertime here in Chicago. Bellator 297 tomorrow night live on Showtime. We'll get the action underway in the heavyweight division with Chicago's fast-rising heavyweight. He's 3-0 with 3 knockouts inside the Bellator cage. That is the American Predator, Daniel James. He'll kick off the live card on Showtime. We'll feature a double main event tomorrow night for Bellator 297 on Showtime, leading off with the bantamweight world title as the reigning and defending champ, Sergio Pettis, makes his return and his second title defense as he takes on one of MMA's all-time greatest in a bid to become the sport's first ever 3-division world champion. He is the former lightweight world champion and reigning 3-time Bellator featherweight world champion. But tomorrow night, he'll be the challenger in the bantamweight world title fight that, of course, Brazil's Patrício Pitbull. And we'll conclude tomorrow night's double main event in the light heavyweight division with MMA's top-rated light heavyweight, the reigning champ, Vadim Nemkov, as he makes his defense his toughest test to date against challenger, the soldier of God, Yoel Romero. There's your double main event tomorrow night. Again, we welcome you. For those joining us on the live stream, we appreciate your patience as we're getting underway just a couple of minutes after the hour. As we get set, a quick thank you to the Illinois State Athletic Commission Director Nancy Ilg for overseeing this weekend's fights. As we get set to get things underway live on Showtime tomorrow night, your start times 9 p.m. in the East, 8 o'clock Central Time here in Chicago, 6 o'clock for that live show on Showtime tomorrow night. Prelims getting underway just 3 hours earlier local time. That's 5 o'clock here, Central Time Zone, 6 o'clock in the East, 3 o'clock on the West Coast. And, of course, the prelims, you can catch them live, as always, on YouTube at both channels, Showtime Sports and Bellator MMA. And, of course, if you don't have Pluto TV, take a look at Pluto TV. You'll love it. An entire Bellator MMA channel. Prelims are always live on Pluto TV. Let's get your fighters on the scale now. We'll start with your prelims, working our way up to our double main event. First up to the scale, we'll go to the featherweight division. It'll be Chavez versus Law. Your first fighter making his way to the scale, please welcome Edwin Chavez. Six and 4 as a pro from Colorado Springs, Colorado. His official weight, 146 pounds, 146 for Chavez. His opponent now returning to the Bellator cage. Please welcome Cody Law. Training out of Coconut Creek, Florida by way of Pittsburgh. He's 6 and 2 as a pro. Official weight 145 pounds for Cody Law. And we welcome Bellator President Mr. Scott Coker to stare off the fighters center stage. Again, Bellator 297 tomorrow night. We are back in Chicago. The prelims will kick off right here. Featherweight division, Edwin Chavez, Cody Law. And we'll go now to the middleweight division. It'll be Perry versus Newman. First fighter to the scale, please welcome Matthew, the Care Bear, Perry. Out of Indianapolis, Indiana. As a pro, 5 victories, 3 defeats. On to the Bellator scale. Official weight, 184 pounds for Perry. His opponent now fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the undefeated Jordan, not human, Newman. Again, undefeated. He stands at 5-0 as a professional. His official weight, 186 pounds, 186 for Newman. Prelim number 2, tomorrow night. Again, catch the action live, as always, on YouTube. Both channels, Bellator, MMA, Showtime Sports. The action also carried live on Pluto TV. Just look for the Bellator channel under Sports. There's Perry versus Newman. Next up, we go back to the featherweight division. It'll be Smolin versus Hisriv. Your first fighter to the scale, Richie Smolin. The Irish representing here in Chicago, 10-2-1 as a pro is Richie. And on the scale, officially 145 even. 145 pounds even for Smolin. And now his opponent to the scale, Timur Imam Hisriv. The undefeated fighter comes in, 12 victories without a defeat. On the scale, official weight, 145 pounds. Here's fight number 3, prelims tomorrow night at 297 in Chicago. Back to the featherweight division, Richie Smolin, Timur Hisriv. And now we go to the light heavyweight division. It'll be Moore versus Puglisi. First fighter to the scale, please welcome the 8th ranked Carl Moore. Out of Belfast, Northern Ireland, as a pro, 11-2. His official weight on the mark, 205 pounds. 205 for Moore. His opponent now to the scale, out of Madison, Wisconsin, Alex Easy Puglisi. Ranked now at number 5. His record, 10 victories with 2 defeats. His weight, 204, 204 pounds even for Puglisi. Fight number 4 tomorrow night here at Wintrust Arena. Light heavyweights, Carl Moore, Alex Puglisi. And now to the lightweight division. It'll be Sanchez versus Colgan. Your first fighter to the scale, please welcome Emmanuel El Matador Sanchez. Out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, by way of Harvard, Illinois. The 2-time featherweight world title challenger now at lightweight stands at 20-8 as a pro. And on the scale, 155 even. 155 pounds even for Sanchez. His opponent now out of Denver, Colorado, the undefeated Archie King Colgan. Coming off an impressive knockout victory, he stands now at 7-0 as a professional. His weight, the same, 155. 155 pounds for Colgan. Here's one of our featured matchups on the prelim card tomorrow night. In the lightweight division, set for 3 5-minute rounds or less, Manuel Sanchez, Archie Colgan. Next up, we go to the middleweight division, Onestruk versus Noveni. Your first fighter to the scale, Kamil Onestruk. At 9-2 as a pro out of Poland, his official weight, 186, 186 even for Onestruk. His opponent now out of London by way of Budapest, Hungary. This is Magic Norbert Noveni Jr. Undefeated at 6-0 as a pro. Official weight, 185, 185 even for Noveni Jr. Next up, we'll go lightweight division. It'll be Nikolaev versus Hamill. First to the scale, Shamil Nikolaev. Undefeated, 10-0 as a professional. Official weight, 156 pounds on the mark for Nikolaev. His opponent now. Please welcome Magic Mike Hamill. 10-5 overall as a pro. Official weight, 155 on the scale, 155 pounds. And for those that might just be joining us on the live stream, we welcome you to Wintrust Arena here in Chicago. Prelims weighing in now. That was your 7th fight out of 11. We go now to fight number 8. It'll be welterweights, Kuramagomedov against Willis. First to the scale, please welcome Ramazan Kuramagomedov. Undefeated as a pro, 10 victories without a defeat. His weight officially 170 pounds, 170 pounds even. His opponent now to the scale, Jaleel, the realist, Willis. Coming off an impressive victory, he stands now 16-4 overall as a pro. On the scale, official weight 171 pounds for Willis. And again, in the lightweight division will be our 9th fight on the prelim card. First up to the scale, please welcome Peter, the Archangel Baus. 17-6 as a professional. 156 pounds even for Baus. His opponent now back in the Bellator cage, Gadzi Rabadano. "19 wins, 4 defeats with 1 draw as a pro. Official weight, 156 pounds for Rabadanov. 156. You heard what Bert said. We've got a fight. Lightweights, ready to go. Maros and Ramadanov. Now back to the welterweight division. It'll be Nash versus Crutchmer. First up to the scale, Bobby Nasty Nash. Out of Roseville, Michigan. As a professional overall, 12 victories, 4 defeats. Official weight, 171 pounds. 171 for Nash. His opponent now fighting out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kyle Crutchmer. Nine victories, 2 defeats as a pro, 171 on the scale. 171 even for Crutchmer. And we'll conclude the prelims in the same division that will begin the main card. That's heavyweights. Your matchup, Saig versus Gouveia. First to the scale, please welcome the Karate Kid, Gabriel Saig. Down from Milwaukee, Wisconsin early on as a professional. He stands at 1-1. $261 even, 261 pounds for Saig. His opponent now back in the Bellator cage, Vladimir Blanca Gouveia. Out of Goiânia, Goiás, Brazil. Early on, he stands at 1-0 as a pro. One pound shy of the heavyweight limit. Official weight, 264. 264 even for Gouveia. Tomorrow night's prelims at Bellator 297 here in Chicago. Catch them live. Your start times, 5 o'clock here in Chicago, 6 o'clock East, 3 o'clock on the West Coast. The live stream on YouTube, Bellator MMA and Showtime Sports. You can also catch those 11 fights live on Pluto TV. And now we go to the main card. 4 fights scheduled. We'll kick it off in the heavyweight division. We'll conclude with a double main event, 2 back-to-back world title fights. It's live on Showtime tomorrow night. Start time, 9 o'clock in the East, 8 o'clock here in Chicago. And the main card start 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Thank you, Scott. Here we go. Heavyweights kick us off here on the main card. We'll start with the matchup, Sarikam versus James. First to the scale, Gökhan Sarikam. Out of Istanbul, Turkey, 8-2. As a pro with 6 finishes to his credit. His official weight, 246 pounds. 246 on the mark for Sarikam. And now we welcome the fast-rising heavyweight, currently ranked number 4. He is the American Predator, Chicago's Daniel James. 15-6-1 as a pro. 14 finishes to his credit. In the Bellator cage, he's 3-0. All 3 wins by knockout. And on the scale, he hits the limit, 265 even. 265 pounds on the mark for Daniel James. Wintrust Arena here in Chicago. Heavyweights kick off the live card on Showtime. Daniel James, Gokhan Sarikov. And fight number 2 on the main card will go to the light heavyweight division. It will be Davis Anderson. First fighter to the scale, please welcome Phil, Mr. Wonderful Davis. A former light heavyweight world champion out of San Diego by way of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. 24 victories against 6 defeats. 6 knockouts, 5 submissions to his credit. His official weight on the scale, 206. 206 pounds for Mr. Wonderful. Phil ranked at number 2 in the division. We go now to the number 1 ranked light heavyweight. Please welcome from Rockton, Illinois, Corey Overtime Anderson. Coming off of his recent world title challenge out of the World Grand Prix, he stands now 16-6 as a pro, 8 knockouts to his credit. Official weight, 205 pounds for Anderson, 205. In the light heavyweight rankings, it's number 2 versus number 1. Phil Davis has that number 2 ranking coming out of the World Grand Prix. Corey Anderson has the number 1 ranking. Fight 2 on the main card live on Showtime. Davis versus Anderson. And now we go to the night's double main event. Back-to-back world title fights. And we'll kick it off in the bantamweight division. 5 rounds or less scheduled. The champion, after over a year out, returns, and he takes on one of MMA's all-time best, looking to do something no one else has ever done. First up, we welcome to the scale the bantamweight title challenger. This is Patricio Pitbull. Out of Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil. 35-5, the veteran. 23 finishes, looking to become the first ever 3-division world champion in MMA. The former lightweight title challenger, he is the current 3-time featherweight title holder and the bantamweight title challenger tomorrow night at 134.2. Dropping down official weight 134.2 for Pitbull. And now we welcome the returning champion out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Sergio SP Pettis. 22-5 as a pro. 8 finishes to his credit on a 5-fight win streak. Won that bantamweight title back on May 7th, 2021. His second defense tomorrow night. Official weight, 134 for the champ. 134 pounds for the champ, Pettis. Two reigning world champions vying for that piece of gold held by Pettis. Bantamweight title tomorrow night, 5 rounds or less. Leading off our double main event, which will conclude in the light heavyweight division as we go now to 5 rounds or less for the light heavyweight gold. We'll welcome first to the scale the challenger. Please welcome the soldier of God, Yoel Romero. 15-6 with 13 of those victories by knockout. Coming off 2 straight devastating knockout victories in the Bellator cage. His first challenge for a Bellator title, and he comes in officially 205. 205 pounds even for Romero. And now we welcome the reigning and defending Bellator light heavyweight world champion, Vadim Nemkov. 16-2 as a pro, 10 knockouts, 3 submissions. It's his 4th title defense, unbeaten in his last 11 fights. His official weight, 203.8, 203.8 pounds for the champ, Nemkov. Tomorrow night, Bellator 297 concludes here. The second of our double main event, light heavyweight gold, Nemkov, the champ, the challenger, Romero. And we thank you for joining us. For those in the live stream, we thank you for joining us here in Chicago as we get set. Weigh-ins done, fighters are ready. Tomorrow night, Wintrust Arena, live on Showtime for that main card, 9 o'clock in the East, 8 o'clock. Local start time, 6 o'clock West Coast. We will see you right there tomorrow night for Bellator MMA Live on Showtime.